Hey gang, Matt from Easy Breakout's about to start another current market trend review, but before I do, just wanted to mention that if you find this video helpful, be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Also, you can view additional videos by visiting our YouTube channel. Alright, let's hop into our analysis. So folks, across the board, nice rally occurring here on the equity front. We had the Dow up triple digits plus, S&P up 14 points up into new all-time highs. We've also got the Nasdaq here up almost 50, another new all-time high, hitting the 5600 whole numbers, folks. And we've got the Russell up 21, the percentage leader on the day. However, no new highs there as well. So the crude also backing and filling, still in no man's land. We saw the bonds and the gold back off recent highs as we saw the attention here shifting back over to the equity front. So folks, we'll take a look at this and let's hop over and start it off where we do every single day with the S&P 500s on a daily chart. And here we go, folks. There's that new all-time high on the S&P 5s. We got up to a high of 2284.63 before backing off. We actually closed the day right around 2280s on the button. So folks, as we started to see the markets firm and then start to lift up towards these highs, remember what I said would probably happen is if you start to break out here, then that's where you'll start to see a lot of the breakouts start to occur in individual stocks, and that's actually what happened, what we saw across the board. So there's quite a few stocks that we're seeing breaking out here. Let's take a look at like TXN, Texas Instruments, on earnings here today. It actually broke out the day before earnings, continuing that move higher the day of earnings on Tuesday, breaking out nicely. We've seen some of these chip stocks, AVGO, doing very well. And in fact, here's one of the better performing chip stocks, the Skyworks Solutions. Look at that. Big gap up on earnings and continuing 3 days later. So folks, these breakouts are working, and here's a testament to this. This is why we focus on the best relative strength stocks breaking out of recognizable chart patterns. Just take a look at this CRUS. This actually comes out of the semiconductor group as well. This is something we took on our swing trades. We took it right over the 60 evens. Nice trade. Volume expanded across the board. Relative strength very strong, breaking out of this little handle that's going on. And this was up almost 5.5–6% on the day. So this was a great trade. You can even see here we had it right at the 60-10s, right? The stock rocketed off these lows, and in fact, if you're quick, nimble, and fast, maybe you might have been able to get something right over the 59 evens. We tend to like to wait until after the trade starts to settle down, but look what happens. This stock forms this beautiful little high handle right underneath the 60 evens. We take it right as it crosses through that. That's a nice trade, about 2.25 points higher before it starts backing off before the end of the day. We're able to get some scale out sells on that. And folks, just taking a look across the board here, breakouts are working. They're back in vogue as the markets have also caught a bid. And that's why, folks, we focus on those high relative strength names. When the market catches a bid, those stocks have the least amount of overhead resistance or prior sellers that might come in to sell at break even, and that's what allows those breakouts to push higher when there's no sellers and nobody trying to break even on that stock. Let's move over to the Nasdaq's here. Nasdaq's had a beautiful day here. Look at that nice rally. It actually gapped up, kind of filled the gap just a little bit. By about midday trade, though, you saw that the Nasdaq started to push up to new highs, and look at this, just breaking out powerfully. Where we saw a lot of the strength coming in from the Nasdaq. Look at that, closing right at the 5600s. We saw the Google powering higher, right? So Google was breaking out of kind of like the secondary entry. So we saw this initial cup and handle breakout right around 824s, and then this broke out of like a little high handle here. Keep in mind, Google's got earnings coming up in a couple of days here. We saw the Facebook, Amazon still hanging out there, and actually Facebook trying to get something going here right above those highs. We see the Amazon also trying to get something going on above those highs, and the Apple as well. And all these stocks are going to be reporting in the next couple of days. So keep that in mind as we look at these chart patterns. If you see something that looks beautiful, like a nice little high handle or a nice little flat base, just be aware of when those earnings are coming out so you don't get caught by surprise if there's an earnings announcement overnight or the following morning. Now, taking a quick look at the crude contract here. Crude, just as we were mentioning, battling it out between 51s and 54s. No man's land, no real directional tell there. Taking a look at the gold here, we can see the gold actually backed off those 1220s here as the equity started to gain some attention. And then same thing with the bonds here, folks. We've seen the bonds kind of backing off. We've been saying that this is kind of a little directionless trade too, either up and over the 125s, then we have a positive bias towards bonds, but anything down below the 123 evens on the 10-year futures, and that starts to build a bit more of a negative view or negative slant here, and a continuation of that bit of a downwards trend that we've seen developing since June of last year, 2016. But folks, as we take a look around the board here, lots of stocks breaking out, a lot of stocks looking great. And I mentioned this on how many prior market trend reviews, but our game plan has not changed no matter who's in office, no matter what the market's doing. Folks, we're always going to be looking for the best relative strength stocks, breaking out of recognizable chart patterns. Obviously, we'd like to have that with heavy volume as well, but that's what we're going to be focusing in on every single day. We've got some great trades on deck. And other than that, folks, just wishing everyone a great trading day ahead, and may the trend be with you. Hey, by the way, if you haven't done so already and you're liking the analysis, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And as a reminder, you can also view additional videos by visiting our YouTube channel. Or if you'd like to find out more about Easy Breakouts, go ahead and click that Show More right above the comments section to find out more about Easy Breakouts. But other than that, have a great trading day ahead, and may the trend be with you. Take care, everyone.